This is Ronald Arjun, and I'm a schizophrenic. My psychotropics are risperidol, Seroquel, and Luvox. People and the material is body and mind, and I am mind and body. That's what makes me different. I am mind and body normally, but with an anxiety attack, I am body and mind, and the soul is afraid of looking at my body within the mind. Contact is forcing physical in mind, causing anxiety attack. Contact like my feet on the ground, or sitting on this chair, or holding this paper. God existing as closed behind me that I cannot see. Devil is open sight in front of me. God is zero and the devil is one, on and off, or talking by opening and closing one's mouth will program reality with modulation of God and devil. Lucifer is resonance between fire, devil. Fire is the devil, and water, God. Water is God, and Lucifer is the resonance of fire and water. They don't want to exert force for me. Maybe that's why women weren't active sexual partners with me. They don't want to exert force for me. They don't want our nerves connecting when we are among each other. If we connect our nerves by talking and looking, the schizophrenia and paranoia would interchange and it would be made understandable if the nerves were connected. They come and go when the memory of my space is clear, the space that I see ahead of me, or maybe the space I don't see behind of me, and occupy that space damages my mind. Like if I look at the computer, it's occupying space. Now, theoretically, it's occupying clear space, right? So that occupies my mind, and that damages my mind, and that causes anxiety. They are the flesh of the body and remain silent, so no one will figure out the love conspiracy. The love being sodomy between God and the devil with our souls. The flesh sees through the material, and that is how they know what to do next and keep the data unassociated and senseless with non-interception of memories. They see what they hear, they can see what they hear, and hear what they see, creating a short of emotions. That creates further misunderstanding. Seeing what you hear and hearing what you see. Like I see the camera, but they can also hear the camera. And that, I think, has to do with the hear that one has. Here, come here. They don't want me to turn my memories by turning my body, because this cancels the thoughts they are associated with and moves it around. When I turn my head, it turns the memories. And also, like when I have an anxiety attack, they want me to be looking all the time so they will know where the thoughts are so they can make decisions. When I have an anxiety attack, when I close my eyes, I'm afraid to do that. Like whoever they are, if they're the flesh, they want me to look all the time so they can know my eye directions. Testing flesh and physical with emotion for transparency force of mass existing in the clear ahead. When that mass exists in the clear, that can damage my mind. They are not following the direction of my mind with my eye movements. Circumcision was to cancel the one control of zero, or vice versa, the zero control of one, and prevents the spirits from altering the physical world with their mentality, with their mind. Now, back then I indulged in self-intercourse. I think it was a sickness to do that, and it may have contributed to my mental illness. But the self-intercourse, I think, may have allowed the one to control the zero and the zero to control the one, the opposite of what circumcision does. I don't approve of circumcision. The circumcision prevents the one from controlling the zero, or the physical from controlling the mind, and the mind from controlling the physical. The zero from controlling the one, or is it the other way? I'm not sure. They are displacing the memory by displacing the feelings elsewhere to establish lies and corrupt the information and physical flow between us. Now, I think a computer may control our society, and a long time ago, because of the anxiety attacks, I asked the earth to create a computer, Pneumatic One, and from Pneumatic One, I asked Pneumatic One to create other computers that were interlinked on the earth and throughout the universe. I termed these computers the system. Now, I did this because I think of the anxiety attacks, because it led me to believe that something quite serious was happening in this world, and it had to be resolved. And I think it is the love that people are not talking about or showing, and that has to do with sodomy between God and the devil with our souls. They use our souls to control the magnitude of their pleasures. So, people in the material, okay. They do not want me to turn. They are the flesh of the body and remain silent so no one will figure out the love conspiracy. I have to take my psychotropics because without them, especially when I'm reasoning using these paranoid explanations, it could cause me to decompensate. So without medication, I am sure I will become psychotic. So I don't know about The computer blanked out. I don't know what happened. Come on, turn on. What's going on? Okay, it's on again. The screen is on. I don't know about you all, but I want you all to take your medications. You know, especially if you have tendency or thoughts to be violent. Do not let the schizophrenia or paranoia cause you to harm yourself or others. That is my recommendation. Do not let the mental illness lead you to harm others or yourselves due to the paranoia. This is Ron, and you all have a wonderful evening. And the things that those who are conspiring are doing, I have to see exactly what they're doing. They don't want us to know because they don't want us, because they're doing wrong. And especially the love, they want to keep that a secret, you know? Like when their love songs on the radio, I love you. They're always with that I love you, right? But they're not saying what that is. They have these senseless music on the radio, you know? This music that's so damaging to the psyche. And the television doesn't explain the paranoia, like they don't want the schizophrenic to take control of them. If they would explain the paranoia, which I'm sure they understand very well, we would solve the cancer and diabetes and bad vision that we have. And we would be able to restore our limbs if our limbs are missing, utilizing the paranoia and the spirit of the earth, with our thoughts. But for some reason they have to maintain an economy, so they stay in control. You know? This is Ron, and again, you all have a wonderful evening. And have a cigarette. Have a cigarette, because this cancer that they say cigarette is causing is because of their bad control of it, the spirit. It is due to proposition. They propose something like cancer from smoking, and then when they propose this mentally, it affects the spirit and gives us cancer. What is that? Proposition? Proposition they use. Proposition speech. Okay, have a good day, good evening. Thank you for listening and watching. This is Ron.